Day 1, week 8, 4/9 plus 2/9 is 6/9. I can use the model to show the sum by shading in 4/9 plus 2/9. If my denominators are the same, I just add my numerators. What two equivalent fractions are shown below in the model? I can see that I have 6/9 shaded and 2/3 shaded, and they are equivalent. They equal the same. Number 2. You can write 52 and 294 thousandths in expanded form, and it shows you two different ways to write it. One is a fraction and one using decimals. Okay, so it says to write 38 and 857 thousandths in expanded form either way. So I did here 3 times 10 plus 3 times 1 plus 8 times 1/10 plus 5 times 1/100th plus 7 times 1,000th. The same thing, writing a different way, this time using fractions. 3 times 10 plus 3 times 1 plus 8 times 1/10 plus 5 times 1/100th plus 7 times 1/1000th. It's the same as the decimal. Solve using order of operations. 3 times 8 minus 2 in parentheses minus 4, plus 7. The first thing I do is I'll look for groupings. I have a grouping. 3 times 8 inside of my grouping I solve before subtraction because multiplication comes first. So 24 minus 2, I get 24 minus 2 in parentheses plus 7. 24 minus 2 is 22 plus 7 is 29. The same thing with order of operations. I have 3 times 8 minus 2 in parentheses plus 7. The first thing I do is solve my grouping, and there is something in this grouping to solve, so it's 8 minus 2. I rewrite 3 times 6 plus 7. Remember, students, that anytime a number is next to parentheses, it means to multiply. So 3 times 6 plus 7, 18 plus 7. My answer is 25, which I wrote right here. Are the answers the same? No. Why or why not? Remember that it depends on how our numbers are grouped, and it can change the answer to our problem if the groupings are different. Number 4. Think. 180 divided by 10 means how many equal groups of 10 can be made from 180? There are 18 groups that can be made from 180. 180 divided by 1, how many equal groups of 1 can be made? There can be 1 equal group of 180. So what does 180 divided by 1/10 mean? It means that I can get how many equal groups of 1/10 can be made from 180. So 1,800 groups of 1/10 can be made from 180. What do you notice about the division sequence? I hope that you notice that the divisor decreases, the quotient increases. Okay? Day 2. I'm going to run through this as fast as I can. Denominators are the same, so I add my numerators, and I get 17/12, or 1 whole and 5/12. If you notice that I shaded in 6/12 by shading completely. I shaded in 11/12 by making lines. That gave me 1 whole plus 5/12. Record your answers as an improper fraction and as a mixed number. Are they equivalent? Yes, they are the same. 17/12 is the same as 1 and 5/12. Okay? Juan and Lila are saving money they make from walking dogs in the neighborhood. Lila has 37 and 82 hundredths, or $37.82 less than Juan. Juan has 418 and 37 hundredths, or $418.37. How much money did Lila save? I subtract the difference, and I get $380.55. Number 3. 39 hundredths times 45. If I multiply 39 hundredths times 45, I multiply regularly. I ignore my decimal. Once I am finished with my partial products, I add up my products. I slide my decimal to the back. Normally, guys, I would not have you move decimals at all, but when multiplying, we're just going to take a shortcut. I have two spaces that I have a number for, two spaces. So that's a tenths place and a hundredths place. So if I put my decimal to the back, I have to slide over a tenths place and a hundredths place, and my decimal lands right here at 17 and 55. Okay. 3 and 9 tenths times 45. The only thing that I do is move my decimal one time this time instead of two. So that's how I got 175 and 5/10. What do you notice about the two equations and the two products? Be ready to share your answer in class. Evaluate. Evaluate 4 plus 8 divided by 4 divided by 2 times 3 minus 2. I have to be very careful to follow GEMDAS here. I first solve my grouping, which is 4 divided by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2, and then I rewrite the next line. Then my next step will be division, because division comes before adding. So I divide 8 divided by 2, which is 4. I rewrite. My next step is multiplication, because multiplication comes before adding and subtracting. So I multiply and I get 12. Rewrite. My next step is to add 4 plus 12 because it came first. So I get 16 after I subtract 2, and I get 14. That's day 1 and day 2.